Most people believe that blocked arteries only happen after many years of unhealthy habits. But what if your arteries were already starting to narrow and it had only been 40 days since a big change in your routine or health? Maybe you've been eating more processed food lately. Maybe stress has kept you from sleeping well. Maybe you felt more tired than usual but blamed it on age. What many people don't know is that artery blockage doesn't always take years to show signs. In some cases, the early symptoms can begin in just over a month, and if you're over 40, your body might already be trying to warn you. Blocked arteries don't always cause pain. They don't always announce themselves with a dramatic signal. More often, the body whispers. A little fatigue here, a small pressure there, a strange change in appetite or sleep. These are the quiet signs that many ignore until it's too late. In this video, we're going to walk you through 7 early signs that your arteries might already be narrowing. These are not extreme symptoms. They are the gentle, early warnings your body gives you when blood flow starts to slow down. And they can show up in ways you might not expect in your chest, your arms, your legs, even in your sleep. If you've noticed small changes in how you feel over the past few weeks, changes you can't quite explain, this video is for you. We'll help you understand what to look for, why it matters, and what you can do starting today to take back control of your heart health before it's too late. Because when it comes to your arteries, early action is everything. 1. Unusual fatigue during light activity. Feeling tired after a long day or a big effort is normal. But what if you start feeling exhausted after doing something small like walking across the room, climbing a few stairs, or folding laundry? This kind of unusual fatigue might be your body's way of telling you that something deeper is going on, especially with your arteries. When your arteries are healthy and open, blood flows freely to every part of your body. That blood carries oxygen, which gives your muscles and organs the energy they need to function. But when your arteries start to narrow even just a little, it becomes harder for blood to move smoothly. That means less oxygen gets to your muscles, and even simple tasks can feel draining. This kind of tiredness is not the same as being sleepy. It's more like your body running out of power too quickly. You may feel weak, slow, or like you need to sit down more often than before. Some people describe it as feeling heavy or sluggish all the time, even when they haven't done much. This change usually happens slowly, so it's easy to ignore at first. You might think, I'm just getting older, or maybe I didn't sleep well. But if this tired feeling continues for several days or weeks, and you notice it especially during light movement, it's time to pay attention. You might also feel this fatigue in certain muscles more than others. For example, your legs may feel tired after a short walk, or your arms may feel weak after holding something light. This could mean that the arteries in those areas are not letting enough blood through, causing your muscles to struggle even with small efforts. Another sign to watch for is if this tired feeling comes with other symptoms, like shortness of breath, chest discomfort, or lightheadedness. These symptoms together can suggest that your heart is working too hard to move blood through blocked or narrowed arteries. It's also important to think about your daily habits. Have you become less active lately because you just don't have the energy? Has your normal walk around the house suddenly started to feel like a big task? These are not just signs of age, they could be early warnings from your heart. The good news is that your body gives these signs early. It's trying to ask for help before bigger problems begin. And the earlier you listen, the more you can do to protect your health. Simple changes in food, movement, rest, and awareness can help open up your blood flow again. So don't ignore that unusual tiredness. It might be the first clue your arteries are giving you and your chance to take action before things get worse. 2. A heavy or dull pain in the chest or shoulder. Many people think that chest pain always means a heart attack, a sudden, sharp pain that makes you fall to the ground. But in reality, early signs of blocked arteries often feel very different. They can show up as a dull, heavy, or squeezing feeling in your chest or even your shoulder, and it might not be very strong at first. This type of pain often comes and goes. It might show up when you walk, climb stairs, or feel stressed. You may feel a pressure in the center of your chest, like something is sitting on it. Some people describe it as tightness or a weight. That's not sharp, but uncomfortable. Others feel it more in the upper chest or across the shoulders, especially on the left side. You may also notice that the feeling starts when you move around and stops when you rest. This is because your heart needs more blood when you're active. But if your arteries are partly blocked, your heart doesn't get enough oxygen, that's when the discomfort starts. When you sit or lie down, the pressure may go away, at least for a while. Sometimes the pain can even spread to other areas. You might feel it in your neck, jaw, back, or arms. This is because your nerves are all connected, and pain from the heart can travel. It doesn't always feel like pain. Either sometimes it's more like a deep aching or just a strange tightness you can't explain. What's important to remember is that this kind of chest or shoulder discomfort is not normal, especially if it keeps coming back or happens during light activity. You might think it's just muscle pain or indigestion, but if it keeps returning, you should pay close attention. Another sign to watch is if this feeling comes with other symptoms, like shortness of breath, cold sweat, or feeling dizzy. Even if it only lasts a few minutes, your heart may be struggling to get the blood it needs through blocked arteries. People over 40 often ignore these signs because they seem not serious enough. But small symptoms can be big warnings. Your body is giving you a gentle signal before something stronger happens. If you've been feeling this kind of chest or shoulder heaviness for several days or weeks, especially during movement or stress, it's time to take it seriously. This could be your chance to take action early before the blockage gets worse. Remember, it's not about fear, it's about awareness. Your heart is trying to talk to you quietly but clearly. And if you listen, you can protect it before the damage is done. 3. Sharp pain, numbness, or coldness in hands or feet, even when it's warm. Have you ever felt a sharp pain or a strange tingling in your hands or feet, even when you haven't been sitting too long or doing anything hard? Or maybe your fingers and toes feel cold not because of the weather, but for no clear reason at all? These small, quiet changes in your hands or feet could be signs that your blood is not flowing as well as it should. When your arteries start to narrow or clog, it becomes harder for blood to reach the far ends of your body like your fingers, toes, legs, or arms. These areas are farthest from the heart, and they rely on strong, open blood vessels to stay warm and feel normal. When blood can't flow freely, you might start to feel numbness, weakness, or even sharp pain in these parts of your body. This feeling might come and go. For example, you might feel a tingling in your feet when walking or standing, or your hands might fall asleep more often, even when you're not leaning on them. Some people describe it like pins and needles. Others just notice that their toes feel colder than usual, even in warm weather or while wearing socks. These signs are not always painful, but they are not normal either. They suggest that your blood is having trouble reaching those smaller blood vessels, and that could mean early blockage in the larger arteries that lead to your limbs. Another clue is if you notice a difference between one hand and the other, or one foot and the other. If one side feels colder, weaker, or more numb than the other, that could be a warning sign that blood flow is not equal on both sides. This is something your doctor should check. If you also notice that cuts or scrapes on your legs or feet are taking longer to heal, or if your skin looks pale or dry in those areas, those are also signs of reduced circulation. Your blood brings not only oxygen but also healing cells to every part of your body. When blood flow slows down, healing slows down too. It's easy to blame these feelings on age or sitting too long, but if these symptoms happen often, and especially if they're new, your body could be trying to warn you about blocked arteries, especially in your legs or arms. The good news is that this is an early warning sign. Your body is telling you there's a problem before it becomes dangerous. If you notice these changes, don't wait. It's time to make small lifestyle adjustments, improve your blood flow, and check in with your doctor. A warm hand or foot is a healthy hand or foot, and your heart wants to keep them that way. 4. Shortness of breath when walking or climbing stairs. Have you ever felt out of breath after doing something simple like walking across the room, climbing a few stairs, or carrying a light bag? If this feeling is new for you and it happens more often than before, it could be more than just being out of shape. It might be a sign that your heart is struggling to pump blood through narrowed arteries. When your body is active, even with light activity, your muscles and organs need more oxygen. Your heart works harder to push blood through your arteries to deliver that oxygen. But if your arteries are getting blocked, the blood has trouble getting through. That means less oxygen reaches your body, and you start to feel breathless more quickly than usual. This type of breathlessness doesn't always feel dramatic. It can start slowly. At first, you may notice it when walking uphill. Then later, even walking on flat ground or talking while moving might make you feel winded. You might need to stop and catch your breath more often, even when doing tasks that used to feel easy. Some people also feel a tightness in the chest at the same time. Others feel lightheaded or a little dizzy. These are signs that your heart is working harder than it should, trying to do its job with less help from your arteries. You might think, maybe I'm just tired today, or I haven't been exercising much lately. And that could be true, but if this shortness of breath keeps happening, and especially if it's new or getting worse, it's important to pay attention. For people over 40, this kind of symptom is especially important to notice. Your heart and lungs are still strong, but they need support. And if you've had recent changes in weight, sleep, stress, or diet, your body could be reacting with early signs of trouble. This symptom is often ignored until it becomes serious. But breath is life. And when it changes without a clear reason, it's your body asking for help. You can support better breathing and circulation with small daily habits like walking a little more each day, stretching in the morning, drinking enough water, and choosing foods that clean your arteries. These steps may seem simple, but they help your blood flow more freely, which takes pressure off your heart and lungs. So if you've noticed yourself breathing heavier than usual during light activity, don't ignore it. This is your chance to take action early, protect your arteries, and keep your heart strong for many more years. 5. Trouble sleeping or waking up often at night without a clear reason. Sleep is one of the most important times for your body to heal and recover. But what if your sleep is broken not because of noise or a full bladder, but for no clear reason? If you find yourself waking up several times during the night, tossing and turning, or struggling to fall back asleep, your arteries could be part of the problem. When your arteries are starting to narrow, your heart has to work harder to keep blood flowing not just during the day, but also at night. As a result, your body may not fully relax during sleep. You might wake up suddenly, feel restless, or even feel like you didn't sleep at all, even after lying in bed for hours. Some people experience a feeling of anxiety at night, a sense of unease or racing thoughts, even if there's nothing stressful happening. Others might wake up gasping for air or needing to change sleeping positions to feel more comfortable. These subtle signs could mean that your body is not getting enough oxygen while you sleep due to poor circulation. You may also feel more tired in the morning, even after a full night in bed. This kind of tiredness feels different. It's not just physical, it's also mental. You may wake up foggy, forgetful, or slow to start your day. If this becomes a pattern, it could mean that your brain and body are not getting the full rest they need, possibly because of blocked blood flow. Another thing to watch for is snoring or pauses in breathing during sleep, even if no one has ever mentioned it before. These could be signs that your heart and lungs are under pressure. In some cases, people with narrowing arteries experience changes in their breathing patterns at night that disturb their sleep without them realizing it. It's easy to blame poor sleep on stress, getting older, or daily worries. And yes, those things do play a role. But if your sleep has changed recently, if you've started waking up more often, sleeping less deeply, or feeling more tired during the day, your body could be signaling something deeper. Sleep is the time when your heart should be resting, your blood pressure should go down, and your arteries should be healing. But when circulation is poor, that process is interrupted. Over time, this can lead to more serious heart problems, even if you don't feel them yet. The good news is that better sleep often comes naturally when your blood flows better. Gentle movement during the day, lighter meals in the evening, and deep breathing before bed can help. So can lowering stress and improving heart health through food, rest, and simple daily habits. So if you're sleeping more lightly, waking more often, or feeling more tired than usual, don't ignore it. Your body is talking to you even while you sleep. 6. Poor appetite, bloating, or feeling full easily, even without changing your diet. Have you been eating less lately? Not because you're trying to, but because you simply don't feel hungry? Or maybe you've noticed that your stomach feels heavy, bloated, or full even after eating a small amount? If this is new for you, and it's happening more often, your arteries might be involved, especially the ones connected to your digestive system. Your stomach, like every part of your body, depends on good blood flow to work well. When your arteries are open and healthy, they bring fresh blood filled with oxygen to your digestive organs. This helps your stomach and intestines do their job, breaking down food, absorbing nutrients, and making you feel satisfied but not uncomfortable. But when your arteries begin to narrow, especially the ones that bring blood to your digestive tract, things start to slow down. Your stomach may empty more slowly. Your intestines may have less energy to move food along. This can lead to feelings of fullness, bloating, or even mild nausea, all without changing what you eat. Some people also notice that they start skipping meals, not on purpose, but because they just don't feel like eating. Over time, this can lead to unintentional weight loss, weakness, or a lack of interest in food altogether. It may feel like your body is rejecting meals, even though you're eating the same as before. Another thing to watch for is if you feel discomfort or tightness in the upper belly after meals, even small ones. This could mean that your digestive system isn't getting enough blood to work properly, especially after eating when it needs more energy. This type of symptom can be confusing because it doesn't always seem connected to your heart or arteries. But the truth is, your digestive health is deeply linked to your circulation. And in many cases, problems like appetite loss, slow digestion, or unexplained bloating can be early signs of reduced blood flow, especially in older adults. If you've ruled out other causes like changes in diet, medication, or stomach bugs, and you're still experiencing these symptoms regularly, it's time to take a closer look. Your body might be telling you something important. Fortunately, improving blood flow through better heart health often helps these problems too. Eating more fiber, drinking enough water, walking after meals, and reducing stress can all help support both your arteries and your digestion. Your appetite is more than just a hunger signal, it's a reflection of how your whole body feels. If it suddenly changes, don't ignore it. Especially if you're over 40, this could be an early sign that your arteries need more care and attention. 7. Headaches, dizziness, or sudden loss of balance. What your brain is telling you. Sometimes, signs of artery blockage don't show up in your chest or legs. They appear in your head through headaches, dizziness, or a strange feeling of losing balance. These symptoms might seem small, but they could be early signals that your brain is not getting enough blood. Your brain needs a constant, steady supply of oxygen-rich blood to think clearly, stay steady, and function well. This blood travels through tiny arteries in your neck and head. If those arteries start to narrow or become blocked, even slightly, your brain may not get enough oxygen, especially when you stand up, move quickly, or turn your head. When this happens, you might feel a sudden rush of dizziness, like the room is spinning or like you need to sit down right away. You might also notice headaches that feel heavier than usual, especially at the back of the head or near the temples. These headaches don't always feel sharp. Sometimes they're more like a dull pressure or a slow throb that won't go away. Some people feel like they're walking on uneven ground, even when the floor is flat. Others say it feels like their body drifts slightly to one side, or that they feel unsure on their feet, even though their legs are strong. This kind of imbalance isn't always caused by weak muscles sometimes. It's the result of poor blood flow to the brain. These symptoms often come and go. You might feel fine for hours, then suddenly get lightheaded, especially when getting up from a chair or bed. That change in position puts a quick demand on your circulation, and if your arteries are partially blocked, your brain feels the lack of blood immediately. If you also notice blurred vision, trouble focusing, or a sudden feeling of confusion along with dizziness, it's especially important to take it seriously. These could be signs that your brain is not getting the support it needs and that your arteries are part of the reason why. Now, dizziness and headaches can come from many things: low blood sugar, inner ear problems, lack of sleep, or even dehydration. But if these sensations are new for you, happening more often, or seem to come without warning, they could be early signs that your arteries need attention. The good news is that your brain is sending out these messages early. You don't need to wait for a serious event to start making changes. Drinking more water, moving your body gently, managing stress, and improving your diet can all help increase blood flow to the brain and reduce these uncomfortable symptoms. Balance is not just about your legs or feet, it begins in your brain. And your brain depends on healthy blood flow. So if you've been feeling off, dizzy, or foggy in your thinking, listen to your body. It might be time to care for your arteries before they cause bigger problems. If some of these signs sound familiar, don't ignore them. Your body often gives quiet warnings before a real problem begins. And when it comes to your arteries, listening early can make all the difference. Have you experienced any of these signs yourself, or do you have questions about what they might mean? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might help someone else too. If you found this video helpful, give it a like so others can find it more easily. And if you want more simple, easy-to-follow tips about keeping your heart and arteries healthy after 40, Don't forget to subscribe to the Medimint channel. We're here every week with new videos to help you take care of your health in the most natural, gentle ways. Let's stay healthy together, one small step at a time.